Hey guys, welcome to another 4-Minute Masters. Today I'm joined by the sensational Dr. Joe Vitale. Most of you will probably know Dr. Joe from the hit sensation The Secret, but a lot of people that I know have gotten to Joe through his amazing books like The Attractor Factor and one of my favorite books of all time, Zero Limits, which actually ties into what we're going to talk about today. So Joe, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Hey, you're doing something fantastic. 4 minutes? Who doesn't have 4 minutes to talk and learn and share and be inspired? You're doing something great. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you, Joe. Well, one of the most important things I'm going to talk to you today about, and Joe, we're just going to hit the timer now, is the art of forgiveness. A lot of people, it's the missing thing. They have their goals in life and their ambitions, and they wonder why they can't manifest their dreams. Yet I think they are quite denying themselves, forgiving themselves and forgiving the world by not accepting 100% responsibility, and that holds them back. And I'd just love to hear your thoughts on that for 4 minutes.
Well, forgiveness is the forgotten secret in a sense. And in many ways, it's the number one thing that each of us has to do to transform our lives so that we can have, do, and be what we want. When we don't forgive ourselves or we don't forgive our perceptions of other people, we're using up our energy system and we're burning it within our own system. We're burning up our own energy for something that's revengeful. And what we have to do is drop the resentments, drop the idea that somebody owes us anything, whether it's planet Earth or it's your parents or it's somebody that you perceive as having wronged you. And what we have to do is what you had said about taking 100% responsibility. We have to bring it all back into ourselves and realize that the only thing that is off is our perception that a wrong has been done. And yes, we can all find our excuses, we can find our rationalizations, we can find our stories, we can find all of our reasons why to remain unhappy. But as long as we remain unhappy, we're not going to pursue our own dreams. We're not going to pursue them with full energy because some of our energy is being used up and burned up with this lack of forgiveness. So I think it was Wayne Dyer who once said, if you have a block anywhere in your life, it's because of a lack of forgiveness. That you have to go back through your life and forgive. Again, it's not really forgiving the other people. It's forgiving yourself for your own perceptions of what you think other people have done or might have done or should have done. So it's very much an inside job. I love that you mentioned my book, Zero Limits, and how much it influenced you, because that book is all about full responsibility. And there's 4 key phrases in there that I want to share with people, because these 4 phrases are the open sesame to removing those perceptions that are hurting us and blocking us and dragging us. And these 4 statements are so simple, it's almost deceiving. But they're almost like a prayer. They're almost like a song. They're almost like some sort of combination lock to open up your connection to the universe, to spirit, to the divine. And basically what you're saying is, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. You're not saying these statements to another person. You say them within yourself while you feel whatever you're feeling. Maybe it's resentment, maybe it's anger, maybe it's shame, maybe it's rage. It could be any number of things, but whatever you're feeling, you say the 4 phrases within yourself to your connection to what I'll call the higher power. We were talking about music earlier, and you know I have a new album out called The Great Something. And that's what I call this higher power. It's the great something. We don't really know what it is, but we all know that it's bigger than all of us and we're part of it. So I say these 4 phrases to the great something. I'm saying, please forgive me for my beliefs, for my lack of compassion. I'm sorry for whatever my ancestors did, whatever I did, whatever is in my programming that is causing me to have this perception of lack of forgiveness. Thank you for deleting it, for taking care of it, for removing it, for making me whole again. And I love you for giving me life, for taking care of this problem and bringing me back to the source of life itself, which I think might be called love. Yeah. So, I mean, this is a tremendously condensed version of the whole book. But those 4 phrases, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I say them all the time in my head. I've been saying them for over 10 years. I have heard from people who have accomplished, by God, miracles in any area you can mention, including forgiveness, all by using those 4 phrases. And it's a gift that I pass on today to all of the people watching or listening so that they can do this, whether it's for forgiveness or lack of abundance or whatever it is. But forgiveness is the one thing we have to go inside. We've got to take care of it. We've got to turn it on. We've got to open ourselves up. We've got to forgive ourselves, anybody else that we think is wrong, but we do all of it on the inside of us.
You know, it's amazing. This show is 4 minutes and I'm just going, I say it every time. I write myself into such a corner by 4 minutes because I'm going, yes, let's keep talking, but I know I have to end it. But this is the power of this. People are going to start investigating this now. And although we're not on here we're not promoting everything and saying buy this, buy that. You'd be stupid not to buy Zero Limits, because what it's done for me in my life, I lost everything in my life. And I held so much resentment and weight and anger, and I thought everyone owed me something. And it took me years until I forgave that. But the most importantly, I forgave myself. And it was with the 4 phrases, which like if I was to get a tattoo on my arm, it would be that, which I feel are so powerful. And I've just gone from stride to stride to stride because of this. And not only that, people have probably written to you, but they've come to me because they've said, I heard you talk about this book. That guy knows what he's talking about. So, Dr. Joe, thank you for your 4 minutes. It's such a privilege to have you. And is there anything you'd like to say to everyone just before we go?
Yeah, next time I want 5 minutes.
You got it. We're going to do 5-minute masters, followed by 7-minute abs.
Right, the 7-minute abs. Hey, I'm wearing a t-shirt that says expect miracles. I don't know if you can see it. But that's my message and reminder. Most people go through life expecting the worst to happen, expecting crap to happen, really coming from that dark place. And I want to shift it. I think the world is an optical illusion. You get whatever you want to see. And so if you start expecting miracles, you'll start to see more of the positive, more of the things to be glad about. So that's what I'll leave you with. Expect miracles.
Well, guys, thank you so much. And I can just see you rushing because we're going to put some links below this and you can check out Dr. Joe's stuff online. I'll give you some links to his books because, as I said, we're not trying to sell you everything. We just want you to have a much better life because you're capable of amazing things. So thank you, guys, and we'll see you soon.